Today you'll be looking at area and perimeter of a parallelogram. The content and objective, you will be able to calculate both the perimeter and area of a parallelogram given the side lengths and or the altitude. So we start by looking at what a parallelogram, reminding us what a parallelogram looks like. Opposite sides are parallel. Remember that opposite sides are equal also. So we do have a formula for area. It is the base times the height. So the base we can see is labeled here, and the height is perpendicular and goes towards the other side here, and you see the right angle in the picture to show you the height. So we're going to multiply this base measurement times this height measurement to get the area. A perimeter, there really is no formula, so we remember that perimeter of a figure like this is just adding up all the sides. So we can make our own little formula. If we called this side 1, the length of this side, we know the side opposite is the same in a parallelogram. And then the measure of the other side we'll call side 2, and of course the length opposite, the side opposite, is also the same length. So you can see we have two that are the same here, two S1s plus two S2s. So we can make our own little formula. It's never on a formula chart. We just have to realize, yeah, we're adding up all the sides, but in this case, opposite sides are equal, so we could come up with this little formula here. We're going to take 2 times one of the sides, and then its adjacent side, the other measurement, 2 times it, and add them up all together. Or you can just add all the numbers. Take your pick. Now remember, you can pause these videos whenever you want and finish writing the notes. If you have any questions about it, please call me over. You can get my help on these examples. I want you to be ready to when you do your practice problems independently by yourself. Let me know if you have any questions in any of these examples. So we look at this example 1. We're going to figure out the area and the perimeter, so we need to know the base and height. So we look at the picture, we can see clearly that the base is 10 and the height is 4. So base is 10 centimeters. The height here going from the base up is 4 centimeters. So we're ready to find these two things. Perimeter, we said, was the 2 times this length right here. 2 times the 10 centimeters plus 2 times the length of the other side here. Don't get it confused with the height here. There's the parallelogram. So 2 times 8 centimeters. So you can put that in your calculator. And we should get 36 centimeters. Now they had the units here, I put them in again, but don't forget the units. That's part of the answer. So our perimeter was 36 centimeters. Alright, the area, again, the formula was base times height. So base is 10 centimeters times the height right here, 4 centimeters. And again, centimeters times centimeters give you centimeters squared, or centimeters to the second power. So we have 80 square centimeters. There's example 1. Pause it whenever you need to. Let's go to example 2 now. Example 2, just a bit different. So we're going to start the same way. I can see my base is 15 centimeters. My height, we don't have the height, okay? So we look there, we're going to have to figure out that height before we can figure out this area here. We could figure out the perimeter, but we'll go ahead and figure out the height first. Alright, so we look at this. I've got a little right triangle here. I need to know this side. Well, I can see that this whole side right here is 15. If I take away this 12, I'm going to be left with this little piece right here. So I can have 2 sides of the right triangle and figure the third one out with Pythagorean's theorem. So let's see, 15 minus the 12 is 3 centimeters right here. Now you have 2 sides of a right triangle. You can use Pythagorean's theorem to solve for this third side, the height of it. So remember, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or leg squared plus leg squared equals the hypotenuse. Also remember that if you're not sure what the legs and hypotenuse are, of course some people remember it's the biggest side. I like saying, okay, these 2 sides that make this right angle, they make a nice big, this is opposite L here, but those are the legs. This side is the hypotenuse. So that's the side that goes by itself over here in the formula. These are the two legs, and you're raising them to the second power. So this leg, h to the second power, plus this one, 3 to the second power, equals the hypotenuse to the second power. We'll go ahead and square these numbers. 3 to the second power is 9. 5 to the second power is 5 times 5, or 25. Now we'll isolate h squared here, get rid of this 9 by subtracting 9. We end up with h squared equals 16, but we want what h is. To cancel out the power, the opposite of squaring something is square root. So we take the square root of both sides, and we get h equals 4. If you need any help with the calculator, let me know. So now we know the height is 4 centimeters. We're ready to go ahead and do our area and perimeter. Area again is base times height. The whole base is 15. That height we just figured out was 4 centimeters. And we get 60 centimeters, square centimeters. The perimeter again, there's 2 of these sides, 2 times 15, plus 2 of these sides, the 5 centimeters. And that equals 40 centimeters. All right, you got any questions? Let me know.